This is sort of a knot right now, is my CE Ferulic acid by SkinCeuticals. This is one of those cult products. A lot of you know this. It's a very popular vitamin C serum. SkinCeuticals gets good reviews, a lot of press. This is one of their crown jewel products. It's a combination antioxidant treatment containing L-ascorbic acid, alpha tocopherols, and ferulic acid. I have 1/8 of a bottle left in this, maybe a quarter actually, maybe more. So I didn't get through this whole bottle before it oxidized. So I have about 1/8 of a jar left. And then I noticed that it was turning orange and brown. And I've done a lot of research on vitamin C, and there's a lot of problems with stability. So a lot of the C serums that you see are in like bad packaging or clear jars, and you're like, that's unstable immediately. They have a nice dark jar, but it oxidizes. So the minute I take this little dropper out, you can see that it's kind of brown now. It's not clear, and it's supposed to be clear. What that means is it's oxidized, and I'm doing more damage to my skin when I put it on. It's not a safe product to put on once it's turned brown. So it's kind of a bummer when you spent so much money on this product, and it's over $100, and I really loved it. I got some great results from it, and then I had to stop using it. So I thought, that's not so hot. Let's try and find a cheaper version of this. So I actually found a DIY version. If you guys ever spend time at Essential Day Spa or Skincare Talk, you'll see that a lot of people actually do DIY vitamin C. And if I were like a really cool at-home chemist and disciplined enough to, or organized enough to corral all the ingredients and make it myself, I totally would. And I actually told my husband, I was like, I want to do a DIY vitamin C. And he was like, let's do it, that sounds so fun. And he was like, totally gung-ho, because he's kind of getting into skincare, and he thought it'd be fun if we made our own batches. But then I like read the recipes, and there's some really cool recipes out there, but it just seemed like a lot of work. I mean, you need to order the scales and the droppers, and you need to do, you know, a whole deal there to get it made correctly. And you also have to have some like cheap vodka to suspend it, and it's too much. So I found on Etsy a seller who makes her own vitamin C. Her shop is called Hygeia Apothecary. I'll link you below. And I bought her version of the CE Ferulic. And I asked her, I messaged her several questions before. I think this is around $45. So it's not, certainly not like the SkinCeuticals, but it's not super cheap either. So I wanted to see what she said, and she was really nice. You know, she answered all my questions, and she actually wasn't that impressed by the CE Ferulic. She said there are some ingredients in there that could be problematic, that aren't quite natural, and she makes a more natural version of it. So she also uses L-ascorbic acid, water. She uses some essential oils, jojoba oil, glycerin, raw honey, and she makes it like small batches from scratch. So I told her when I was going to be back in the US, and she timed the making of the product for when I would arrive so it wouldn't sit there. She said it would be stable for a couple months. I think it was like 1 to 2 months. She said it'd be longer if I kept it in the refrigerator. So I'm keeping this in the refrigerator, and so far it's different than the SkinCeuticals. It's more of a creamier base, and it's like a white product. The other one is liquid. This is more creamy, but I think it's doing a very good job. And I think it's a good vitamin C to check out if you're looking for a more economic version of the SkinCeuticals. So that's hot right now. Okay, the last thing that I think is hot right now is my tea, my green tea. This I have to give props to Dara, Belle de Jour NYC. She's so darling. You all know her. She's fantastic. She's like the beauty editor you personally get to witness here on YouTube. The Kusmi tea Detox, she talked about it, and I've always been a big fan of green tea. It's one of the few teas where I just really love the flavor of it. This thing I have every morning, and it has lemongrass in it, and it's just really refreshing. This is my second little canister of it. I think Kusmi is a good brand. I believe it's British. Oh, it smells so good. And some people use green tea for like weight loss, detox, things like that. I don't use it for that. I'm not trying to lose weight, but I just think it's like the one semi-healthy thing that I do every morning. There's a lot of good antioxidants in green tea. So I don't have like the best eating habits. I don't eat enough vegetables and fruits, and I eat a lot of candy and a lot of meat and pork and like really bad stuff. But this little tea ritual, every morning I wake up and I make a green tea, and I just love it. I think it's so nice. What's not so hot are my knockoff Nespresso Pods. We also have a Nespresso machine. Well, we thought, oh, we'll be cheap and we'll buy the non-Nespresso version of these little capsules, and we got it here at Magasin. And they're not good. They're really bad. It's like so weak tasting. So if you're used to like the Nespresso, and I love that little machine, it's really cool. And we have that, you know, on the weekends, and then I actually have tea, or after I have my cup of tea, maybe a couple days a week, I'll have an espresso here at home. But these aren't so good. I just recommend springing for the real Nespresso brand. Okay, the last thing to share with you guys is my what's hot in fashion right now here in Denmark. There's a book written by Voltaire in the 1700s. I read it. No, I didn't actually. It was one of those books on my radar in college that I never got around to reading. But have you heard of Voltaire? He wrote a book called This is Zadig. And I don't know how to say his name correctly. I say Zadig. But there's a French fashion brand almost as cool as the author, the French author, called Zadig and Voltaire, and they just came to Copenhagen. I discovered them when we were in France a year or two ago. My husband and I were just visiting, and he got a couple shirts from the brand. My boss bought a bunch of things when we were there on a trip to Paris for work, and it's just like the favorite in our office. I don't know why. They just have really cool things. It's like a nicer version of Rock and Republic or All Saints. They have like some cool edgy stuff but still feminine at the same time. This sweater it's like a cool knit sweater, but they put a high gloss lacquer on it, so it's like a coated sweater, and I thought that was kind of cool. And that's from the brand Zadig and Voltaire, and I got this for Christmas from my husband. So he picked it out here at the boutique that just came to Copenhagen. So I'll show you what it looks like. It's like this, but I like how shiny it is. And oh, there's my dress. I just thought it was kind of cool. Maybe I'll turn around. No, I don't want to show you guys my messy apartment. My dress is a shirt dress by a brand called Wackerhaus, and it's like this cute little tie dress, and I'm just wearing black leggings underneath. Wackerhaus, I believe, I don't know if it's Danish or not, but I have a few items from there. Yeah, so that's the little tiny bit of the fashion scoop here in Copenhagen, what's popular in my little sphere of life. So you guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm sorry about the huge lapse in time in posting, and yeah, I can't guarantee it won't happen again. It might. Maybe I'll see you in 2014 and not until then. I'm just kidding. I'll try and post before 2014. But thanks for hanging around and being loyal and sweet as always. You guys are the best subscribers I could ever have imagined having. So thank you and goodbye.